trigonometry, where we need to, these are the 4 questions which we have taken today's session. Okay, these are the 4 questions, right? Now let us solve this. Okay, here it's given that to solve this equation, that is taking the first question, that is cosec x. Okay, the first question is that cosec x minus 2 sin x equal to 1. This is the question, right? Now to solve this, what we will do, you can see it's a simple equation. Okay, and for this, to solve this, we need to make sure whatever the value of x which is coming to you, to solve that means to find the value of the variable. So here the variable is x. Okay, so we need to find the value of x which satisfies the given equation, right? Cosec x minus 2 sin x equal to 1, right? Now it's also given that we need to find the value of x in such a way that the solutions of this equation, that means the value of this x lies between, the value of x lies between 360 degree and 0 degree. That means the value of x should be greater than 0, but it should be less than 360, right? Now what we will do, so we will simply take up this question, right? So just this is an equation, right? So the given equation, this one cosec x minus 2 sin x, can be written as cosec x can be written as 1 by sin x, isn't it? Since this can be written, the above equation simplifies to 1 by sin x minus 2 sin x is equal to 1, isn't it? If 1 by sin x minus 2 sin x equal to 1, this can be written. This can be further simplified taking sin x as denominator. This can be written as 1 minus 2 sin x into sin x, because this sin x will be multiplying by sin x is equal to 1. So this sin x will be multiplied with this one, and here into the RHS we have sin x, right? So this will give you 1 minus 2 sin a square x is equal to sin x, right? And when this 2 sin a square x will be going to the RHS, this will be 2, and writing the RHS as LHS, 2 sin a square x plus sin x. This one was also going to the RHS, which becomes LHS now, becomes 1 minus 1 is equal to 0. So this is the equation which is formed, 2 sin square x plus sin x minus 1. Now this need to be solved, right? Now to solve this, we can simply see that how we can further simplify it, right? So 2 sin x, this can be written as, since 2 sin x, 2 sin square x, right? So here we can write it as 2 sin x, right? 2 sin square x plus sin x minus 1. So this can be written as, just you can simply 2 sin x minus 1 into sin x plus 1 is equal to 0. How this is simplifying to this? You can see 2 sin x into sin x will be giving you 2 sin square x, and 2 sin x plus will give you plus 2 sin x and minus sin x, that will give you sin x and minus 1, right? So these two, this is factorized into these two terms, which will give you the first will be giving you the value of sine x as 1 by 2, right? And this will be giving you the value of sine x as minus 1. Now we need to see how these two values are satisfied, right? So here you can see the value of x equal to 1 by 2 for sine and x equal to minus 1 will be giving you two values. Okay, for the first, this one, when you are taking this one, this will give you sin x equal to 1 by 2. When this will be happening, okay, if this is 0 degree, right, then sin x equal to 1 by 2 will be happening at 30 degree, right, because sine 30 is 1 by 2. So this will give you the value of x as 30 degree, because it also need to be make sure that the value of x should be 0 between 0 and 360 degree. So this will give you the value of x as 30 degree, right? Now the value of x is calculated as 30 degree. Now for minus 1, what is the value of x when sine x equal to minus 1? Sine x equal to minus 1, that means the value of x should be pi by 2. First of all, make sure pi by 2, but sine 90 is plus 1. And when sine x is negative, sine x is negative because here into the first quadrant all positive, here sine positive, here tan and cos. So here we can see that in the third quadrant and fourth quadrant sine is negative. Sine is negative. Where? In the third quadrant and fourth quadrant, isn't it? The sine is negative in the third quadrant and fourth quadrant. Let me zoom it out. You can see sine is negative in third quadrant and fourth quadrant if these are the four quadrants, right? So in third and fourth quadrant sine is negative and sine x equal to minus 1, which is given to you, right? So sine x equal to minus 1, that means here the value of x is confirmed. The x is confirmed as how much? X is confirmed as sine x equal to minus 1. Either it's pi by 2, which is not happening because it's negative. So what is the next value? Since the sine of the angle is positive in the first or second, the only values of x lying between 0 and 360 degree will be either x equal to not pi by 2, but it is only here. That is, what is the values of this? 90 into 1 will be pi by 2. This is giving you positive. 90 into 1 by 2 is not giving you sin x equal to minus 1, but 270. So sin x equal to minus 1, sin x equal to minus 1 will be happening for sine of 3 pi by 2, right? 3 pi by 2. Why? Because here at this value sine is negative. Sine pi by 2 is minus 1 is happening for sine 3 pi by 2 only. So this will give you the value of x. This will give you the value of x as 3 pi by 2, right? Equal to minus 1 equal to 3 pi by 2. This is the one of the values we derived, and sin x equal to 1 by 2 is happening. Here you can see the positive sign of x. So positive sign is happening either in the first or into the second. So here, here also sign is positive and here also positive. Here is negative, negative. So sin 30 degree is one of the solution for sin x equal to 1 by 2, right? And this is also happening at 30 plus here. That is maybe either 30 or 150. How? You can see sin 30 degree is 1 by 2 for x equal to 30 degree, because sine 30 degree is 1 by 2. So x equal to 30 degree is one of the solution. X equal to 270 degree is another solution. And here sine 30 is 1 by equal to 1 by 2 is happening at one more place. Let us see how. It's happening at 150 also, because sine 150 degree, that means in the second quadrant sine is positive. So in this, into the second quadrant, you can write sine pi by 2 plus 30, right? Sine 90 plus 30, that is sine 90 plus 30 will be 120. So 90 plus 60 here, because this will give you sine 90 plus 60 as cos 60. Here you can see cos 60, and cos 60 degree, the value of cos 60 degree is equal to same 1 by 2. So that's why it's given you the value what, 1 by 2. So x equal to 30 degree is one of the solution, x equal to 270 degree is another solution, and from here you can see the value of x is also calculated as 150 degree. So x equal to 150 degree is another solution. So total three solutions for this equation. The first equation, what was the first equation? This cosec x minus 2 sin x equal to 1 have three solutions, that is x equal to, let me squeeze a little, yes, this will give you three solutions, x equal to 30 degree, x equal to 150 degree, and x equal to 270 degree. So the three solutions of this equation are, let me write it, cosec x minus 2 sin x equal to 1 have three solutions, that is x equal to 30 degree, x equal to 150 degree, and x equal to 270 degree. So these are the three solutions, 1, 2 and 3, right? And in this way this question is solved, right? Now taking the second question, now the first question is solved, now taking the second question. So into the second question, you can see into the second question, that is, what is the second question? The second question is that 2 sin a square x plus 5 cos x minus 4 equal to 0, right? So let me write it. This is 2 sin a square x plus 5 cos x minus 4 equal to 0, right? This is the second equation which we need to solve, right? So the given equation 2 sin a square x plus 5 cos x minus 4, right? This can be further written into the form of either sin x or cos x. So we can write, since sin square x plus cos square x equal to 1, right? Since sin square x plus cos square x equal to 1, right? So we can write, in place of this sin square x, we can write 1 minus cos square x. So write 2 times, in place of sin square x, 1 minus cos square x, right? Like this, plus 5 cos x. Hi King Collie, good morning. 5 cos x minus 4 equal to 0, right? So this will give you, on further simplification, this will give you 2 times minus 2 cos square x plus 5 cos x minus 4 equal to 0, right? And this will give you, when 2 cos square, you can write it minus 2 cos square x plus 5 cos x minus 2 is equal to 0. And when this is taking, when we take this equation to the RHS, right, when we take this equation to the RHS, this will give you, what? This will give you minus 2 cos square become plus 2 cos square x. So this will be 2 cos square x minus 5 cos x plus 2 equal to 0, right? So here we can simplify this, because 2 cos square x minus 5 cos x plus 2 can be further splitted as 2 cos square x. In place of minus 5 cos x, we can write minus 4 cos x minus cos x, right? Minus minus, and plus 2 equal to 0. This will give you, when 2 cos x is taken common from the first two terms, that is 2 cos x is taken as common, right? And we are having into the bracket, inside the bracket we are left with what? Only cos x, because 2 cos x is taken as common, minus 2, right? And from the last two terms also, when minus 1 is taken as common, then you have cos x minus 2. So this will give you the equation 2 cos x minus 1 and cos x minus 2 equal to 0, right? 2 cos x minus 1 and cos x minus 2 equal to 0. So this will give you, this equation will give you the value of cos x as 1 by 2, and from here the value of cos x as 2, right? So two values are coming from here. So let us write it. This will give you the value of cos x as 1 by 2, and this will give you the value of cos x as 2, right? So two values are coming to you, either cos x is 1 by 2 or cos x is 2. But mind it, that since the cos of an angle is positive in the first and third quadrant, and we will discuss on this later on. First of all, cos x, can it be cos x equal to 2? Is it admissible? Hi spirit, are you not able to see? Let me zoom a little. Is it visible now? Is it visible now? Okay. Okay. No worries. I will be. Oh, thank you so much. It's visible to you now. So, here I am saying that cos x equal to 2, this is not admissible. Why? Because, thank you so much for confirming, spirit. So cos x equal to 2 is never admissible, because the value of cos x is always lying between minus 1 and plus 1, right? It can be minus 1 and plus 1 maximum, right? So it will not go to 2, right? So this is not admissible. So that's why we will take only this one, cos x equal to 1 by 2. Yeah, thank you, Spirit. Thanks for confirming that my camera is working fine now, and I think it's visible to you. So I will just appreciate such feedback, because it will never of any use, because it's not visible if it is not visible to any of you, right? So cos x equal to 1 by 2 will be happening for cos how much? What is the value of x? That we need to find. So that what is the value of x, that the which will satisfy the value of cos x equal to 1 by 2, right? So this will be happening only, this will be happening, just draw this diagram, the four quadrants here. cos x is plus 1 by 2, mind it. So here all positive, here sin positive, here tan positive, and here cos positive. So the cos is positive because the value of 1 by 2 is plus, right? So either it happen into the first quadrant or the fourth quadrant. Why? Because if it will be, if cos is lying into the second and third quadrant, the value of cos will be negative, right? So that's why only two quadrants are possible for our question, for our equation. That is, either the cos x will be lying into the first or into the fourth quadrant, because it will not lie into the second and third quadrant, because this will give you the cos as negative. So when the cos x equal to 1 by 2, cos x equal to 1 by 2 in the first quadrant at x equal to 60 degree, right? Because cos 60 is 1 by 2. So this will give you the value of x as 60 degree, right? And it will happen again here after how much? After how much? Tell me. This will be at this point, and this point is how much? Only at 300 degree. How I have derived it, let me show you. If this is coming into the fourth quadrant, definitely 90, 90, 90. So definitely it will be more than 270. It will be more than 270 here, more than 270. So, 270 plus how much will be 300, right? Because if you add 30 to it, if you add 30 to it, and since this is cos, so if you take cos of 270 plus 30, this will give you sin 30, right? And sin 30 is 1 by 2. This is equal to sin 30 degree, and the sin 30 degree value is 1 by 2, right? So that's why the value of theta here is 270 plus 30, so which will be giving you 300 degree, right? So the value of x is either 60 or 300. These are the two solutions for this equation, right? So the value of x equal to, let me write it over here. Yeah, this is the second question. 2 sin square x minus 5 cos x minus 4 equal to 0, right? So here this question is solved, and the value of x is calculated as 60 and 300. So the value of x is calculated as 60 degree. This is one of the solution, and another is 300 degree, right? So this is the, in this way we have solved the first question and second question. Now this is the term for third question. 2 sec square theta plus tan square theta equal to 3. Okay, let me change the page. Yes, Spirit, sure, why not? You can post your question. I will try to get it. So the third question which we are taking today, the third question is 2 sec square theta plus tan square theta equal to 3. Sure, if ABC are the angles, prove that sin 2a minus sin square a minus sin square b minus sin square c equal to minus 2 cos a sin b sin c. Okay, good. Sure, we'll take up this question and I will come with the solution. Okay, so 2 sec, let us conclude this live session first. So here the question, the third question is that 2 sec square theta plus tan square theta equal to 3. So let me write your question over here, okay, so that I will come up with the solution. Okay, What's that? The question is that, let me write from the chat window. That is, the question is sin square A, right? Minus sin square B, right? Minus sin square C, right? Is equal to minus 2 cos A sin B, cos A sin B, and sin C, right? This is your question? Sure. I will come up with this solution. So let us solve the today's question, whatever the 4 questions which we have taken for today. The third question which we are trying to solve now, that is 2 sec square theta plus tan square theta is equal to 3, right? This is the question. So first of all, to solve these questions, we can simply convert either sec theta into tan theta or this tan theta into sec theta, right? So it's here we will just simply convert this sec square theta into tan square theta. Since sec square theta minus tan square theta is equal to 1, right? So what we can write in place of sec square theta, we can write 1 plus tan square theta, isn't it? Sec square theta can be written as 1 plus tan square theta. So that's why using this, the above equation becomes, can be written as 2 times, in place of sec square theta, write 1 plus tan square theta. 2 times 1 plus tan square theta, right? Plus tan square theta, which is already the second term, is equal to 3, right? Now here you can further simplify it. 2 sin 2, just simply simplify it. It will be 2 plus 2 tan square theta plus tan square theta is equal to 3, right? So 2 and 1, 2 tan square theta and 1 tan square theta will add up, and this will give you 3 tan square theta, right? 3 tan square theta is equal to 3 minus 2, which is equal to 1. So this will give you the value of tan square theta as 1 by 3. Now what you can do, you can simply take a square root into both sides of the equation, right? So this will give you, yes, you are right, Spirit, it is plus minus 1 by 3. So the value of tan theta, the value of tan theta is coming as plus minus, not 1 by 3, it's 1 by root 3, plus minus 1 by root 3, right? This one. So the value of tan theta equal to plus minus 1 by root 3 will be happening when? That we need to find, right? So again, if you take the 4 quadrants, right? Here, first of all, take the value of tan theta equal to 1 by root 3. So first of all, take the value of tan theta equal to 1 by root 3 separately, and tan theta equal to minus 1 by root 3 another time. So tan theta equal to 1 by root 3 will be happening when? Because into these quadrants, here you can see all positive, sin positive, tan positive, and cos positive. So tan plus 1 by root 3, this value will be happening either into the first quadrant or will be happening into the third quadrant, right? Either happening into the first quadrant or happening into the third quadrant, isn't it? So this will be happening into the first and third. So if you consider the first quadrant, when tan theta equal to 1 by root 3, tan theta equal to 1 by root 3 at theta equal to 30 degree, right? So theta equal to 30 degree will be one of the solution which is arrived. Theta equal to 30 degree is one of the solution. And into the third quadrant, it is the complementary of 30, that is 60. So just 90 plus 90, 180, 90 plus 90, 180 plus 30, sorry, not complementary, 30. So this will be 210 degree. How I am explaining you why how this 210 is, came to us. Here you can see 210 can be splitted into 180 degree plus 30 degree, right? And when you take tan of this, right, it will be 1 2 3, 180 plus 30 is coming into the third quadrant. So this will again become tan 30 degree, because the pi by 2, 2 pi by 2, the multiple of pi by 2 here is even. So that's why tan become tan only. So tan 30 degree, and tan 30 degree is 1 by root 3. So that's why the another value of theta is 210 degree. One is 30 degree, another is 210 degree, right? So in this way we have considered all the values of tan theta equal to 1 by root 3. And it's also mentioned that the value of theta should lie between 0 degree and should be less than 360 degree. So this is the condition which is also given to us, right, as into the question. So considering this condition, only two values are possible, 30 degree and 210 degree. 30 degree and 210 degree. But we have considered only tan theta equal to 1 by root 3. Now this is the time to consider another one, tan theta equal to minus 1 by root 3, right? So tan theta equal to minus 1 by root 3. So when this will be happening? Tan theta equal to minus 1 by root 3, when this will be happening? Tell me. This will be happening either into the second quadrant or the fourth quadrant, isn't it? So into the second quadrant, the value should be either coming as 180 degree. From 180 degree the third quadrant started, so just subtract 30 from it, right? 180 minus 30, so that is coming as 150 degree. So 150 degree is one of the solution. How we have taken this? Because if 180 minus 30 and you are taking tan of this, tan of 180 minus 30, yes, 150 degree, you are right, spirit. So tan of 180 minus 30 will be, here you can see 180 is 2 pi by 2. So tan will remain tan. So this will give you tan and minus 30. That is again the final value, which is 180 plus or minus this value, this position, whatever the angle at this position, that we are always taking. So tan 180 minus 30 degree is 30 degree, and the since 180 minus 30 is lying into the second quadrant, you can see all sine, tan, cos. So here tan is negative, so that's why the negative value corresponds the value of theta lying into the second quadrant, and this is equal to minus. So minus 1 by root 3 is happening at theta equal to 150 degree from the second quadrant. So the third answer which is coming to you as 150 degree, right? This is one, this is second, and this is third. And another one more option is left to you. Hi Udayana Saka, thank you so much for understanding. Please, you can just ping me for any query. Okay, I am very happy to understand that you understood it. Very happy to listen. Thank you so much. So the fourth option which is left is into the fourth quadrant when tan theta equal to minus 1 by root 3, because this is the base, this we are solving, tan theta equal to minus 1 by root 3. So this happened for theta equal to 150 degree. And what is the fourth option? Go to the fourth quadrant. So pi by 2, pi by 2, pi by 2, 3 pi by 2. So it's definitely the tan should be 3 pi by 2, that means 270 degree plus something. What is here that we need to fill? What is here that we need to fill? So here you can simply see when tan will be, this is again 90 plus 270 plus, you can write it as here it can be tan of 3 by 2. So since this is the odd multiple of pi by cot, tan will be changing into cot. So this will be equal to cot of this value. So cot of this value equal to tan of this value, this variable, whatever you are putting into this place, right? Whatever you are putting into this place should be equal. So because if you consider 30 degree, then it becomes tan of 3 times pi by 2 plus something, that is cot of that value. So that will be equal to 30 degree only when it becomes 60. Here it becomes 60, right? So because cot tan of 3 pi by 2 plus 60 will be giving you cot of 60, and cot of 60 is equal to the value of tan of 30, right? So in this way we can write cot of 60. So here we can write 3 pi by 2 plus 60, because you can see cot of 60, what is the value of cot of 60? Tan of 60 is root 3, then cot of 60 is 1 by root 3. 1 by root 3 is coming, 1 by root 3, 1 by root 3 is coming for 1 by root 3 is coming for cot of 60, right? And this negative sign correspond that the angle lies into the fourth quadrant. So this will be 3 pi by 2 plus 60. So 3 pi by 2, that means 3 into 90, 270 plus 60. So this will be giving you the value of the fourth value of theta as equal to 270 degree, that is 3 pi by 2, 3 into 90 is 270 plus 60, that is 330 degree, right? So 330 degree is the fourth value which is arrived, right? So the fourth value is 330 degree. So we have four solutions for this equation, right? That is 30 degree, 210 degree, 150 degree and 330 degree. And if you write it sequentially, 30, 150, 210, 330. So the four solutions of the third question is theta equal to 30 degree, and then write 150 degree, then write 210 degree, then the fourth one is, here you can see this one, that is 330 degree. I hope you understand it, so students, right? So in this way we have solved the third question. Now this is the time for the fourth question, that is sin 6x equal to sin 4x minus sin 2x, right? So let me, yeah, change the page. So here let us solve it, Spirit. Yeah, I have seen your chat. So in the fourth question, the question is that sine of 6x is equal to sine of 4x minus sine of 2x. This is the question, right? So thank you, Spirit. Thanks for the compliments. So here we need to solve this. So the given equation can be, we just take all the terms into the one side of the equation, right? So this will give you sine of 6x plus sine of 2x, because this is coming to the LHS, minus sine of 4x equal to 0, right? Can we write it like this, the above equation? Yes. Here you can do one thing, here we can simply, this 6x can be further splitted, right? How? Since can we write it that, let me write 2 sine 4x, 2 sine 4x and cos 2x, right, minus sine 4x equal to 0. Can we write it? Semi. Sine 6x plus sine 2x can be written as 2 sine 4x cos 2x. How? Because sine 6x can be splitted into 4x plus 2x, right? Right. Thanks for confirming. So in this way, we can write 2 sine 4x into cos 2x minus sine 4x equal to 0. And from here, you can take sine 4x as common, right? So when you take sine 4x as common, you can write into the bracket 2 times cos 2x minus 1 is equal to 0, right? So this will give you two values. This will give you two values, either sine 4x equal to 0 and the another is 2 cos 2x minus 1 equal to 0, or you can say cos 2x equal to 1 by 2, because 2 going to the denominator. I hope you understand this step. So the two values which should be satisfied is, that is sine 4x equal to 0 and cos 2x equal to 1 by 2. So this will give you, so when sine 4x equal to 0, that we need to understand. Sine 4x equal to 0, that if you draw the quadrants, if you draw the quadrants, always draw the quadrant, students, so that you can easily understand when the sine or cos or any trigonometrical ratio, when it is coming positive or negative, those values can be simply evaluated based upon this. So here sine 4x equal to 0, right? So sine, when the sine of any value will be 0, either at sine 0 is 0, right? So this is into the multiple of pi, either 0 or 180, or tell me here 3 pi by 2, 270 degree. Will it be 0? Will it be 0? Tell me. Here, if you consider sine 4x, if you consider sine 4x equal to 0, and at this point, will it be 0? No, definitely. So it is always the multiple of even, right? So we can write either this 4x is the multiple of pi only. So the 4x is the multiple of pi. So let's say it can be coming any times, n times, because in this question the value of x is not mentioned to be lying between 0 and 360 degree only. So that's why you can turn n number of times over here into these four quadrants, right? So 4x equal to n pi, so this will be giving you the value of x as equal to, tell me, n pi by 4. So this is one of the solution for this, because sine 4x equal to 0, from here we have derived it. Now the second part, cos 2x equal to 1 by 2. Here, cos of 2x equal to 1 by 2. So first of all, let us see when cos is 1 by 2. Tell me, sine 30 is 1 by 2 and cos of 60 is 1 by 2. So the cos of 60. So this is into the first quadrant when the cos is 60 degree, right? Then it will be 1 by 2. That means 2x. That means cos of, if you consider 2x, if you consider 2x as equal to, it is coming one time at 60 degree, right? Again, when it will be coming after again pi interval. So n pi n pi, that means n times pi plus minus pi by 6 will give you the value of x as equal to, this will satisfy this equation cos 2x equal to 1 by 2. So the value of x equal to n pi by n pi plus minus pi by 6. So that means if you are taking pi, this one plus 60 plus 60, that means either you are coming at 180 plus 60, that is 240 or minus pi by 6, or 180 minus pi by 6. Why I am saying this? Because here all are positive, so these values can be taken. So pi minus 1 by 6 will be coming into this one, the second one, and this will give you the values, the solutions. This will give you the value of negative. So sorry, x equal to n pi plus minus pi 6 will be satisfying it. Just take one of the values. This is from 11th spirit, from intermediate level we are considering this. So x equal to, let me conclude this part. Okay, so x equal to n pi plus minus pi by 6 will be satisfying this. How? That we need to understand. This is still left over. Okay, so here you can see plus minus pi by 6. Consider the value of x as simply n as 1. So if you consider n as 1, this will give you pi plus minus pi by 6. So, and if you consider, oh great, you are an intelligent person, spirit. Thank you so much that you are understanding. So pi plus minus pi by 6, right? So if you consider cos of this, here x equal to pi plus minus pi by 6, if you consider cos from both these sides, right, this will give you cos of pi plus minus pi by 6. So cos of pi, that means pi plus something, that is, it is going into the third quadrant, right? So into the third quadrant, pi plus pi by 6 is coming, because here it is pi till this now, pi and plus pi by 6. So this will give you cos 90, cos 180 plus theta is cos theta, that is cos pi by 6, right? Cos pi by 6, and here the value should be negative, but our value should be positive. You can see cos 2x is plus 1 by 2. So that's why here pi by, and cos pi by 6, what is the cos pi by 6? That is cos 60 degree. Cos 60 degree is 130. Cos 60 degree is 1 by 2, right? So here we can say pi by 6 as equal to, this pi by 6 as equal to 30 degree. 180 by 6, that is 30 degree, right? That is 30 degree, but this is not 1 by 2, it is happening at 60. So that's why the value should be, and this value should be 2 times x, right? So here it should be 60, then only the value of this should be 60, right? So this will be satisfied only at n pi plus minus pi by 6, right? I hope you understand, right? So here this solution gives you two values, that is either x equal to n pi by 4 here, because x equal to n pi, from here we have taken x equal to n pi by 4, right? And the second one from here is x equal to n pi plus minus pi by 6, right? So in this way the fourth question is also solved here. So thank you so much for watching, students. Yeah, spirit, I have written down your question. This is your question. Sin square A minus sin square B minus sin square C equal to minus 2 times cos A sin B sin C, right? So I will come up with this solution of this question later on, okay? And definitely I will tag you for the solution, okay? Now it's already 50 minutes, so we can wind up this session, students. Thank you so much for your time and watching. Let's be connected. Take care. Bye bye.